space over there.
I've got a little space there and I showed it to him and I haven't heard back from him. So.
It was cute. Bamboo on there.
And, electrical meters and things like that. And all he was looking for is a distribution card. How to do that, so. Didn't need no space.
Okay, so it's just a cage for space. Say,
We're here.
To try and make it.
And he jumped all over it, too.
oh, yeah. Down there.
Full blown up there.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That was nice on the way home. It's happy to be able
Yeah.
That was very convenient.
Yes, it is. It's 7 o'clock, we'll start the meeting with a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call by the clerk, please.
Trustee Dudash.
Here.
Trustee Pringle.
Here.
Trustee Reno.
Here.
Trustee Paul. Present. Treasurer Shanka.
Here.
Clerk Davis here. Supervisor Myers.
Here. Next is the approval of the November 17th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to be approved as presented.
Motion by Reno, is there support?
Support.
Support by Falk, is there any discussion? None, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public comments, anyone wishing to address the board on any item, whether it's agenda or non-agenda item, this is your time to do so. And that we ask that you state your name and address and the meeting to be recorded for future use.
My name is Stephen Hockley. I reside at 3023 Lindsay Lane. I've been getting, since I purchased this property, I've owned it for 14 months. I'm getting 2 light bills. One it's a double parcel. It's the only double parcel on Lindsay Lane that I understand exists. I'm getting 2 light bills for each lot, even though there's only 1 tax parcel. I was backdated $107 last year for the full year, and I'm now getting, in addition to my regular $256.49 quarterly bill, an additional $23.42 bill. I've approached the township on 2 separate occasions. I spoke to Ms. Davis last week. I don't have any actual documentation that it exists that every lot should be assessed. In my reasonable understanding, it would be that the parcel should be actually assessed for the light. Now, this has been going on, the property was built in '98, so I can't realize I'm the third owner of the property, but the first person who brought this to light. But it doesn't seem reasonable, or reasonable that I'm being charged for two lights when I don't even care for the lights. The second opinion I have regarding those lights is why are they so bright? It's like a landing strip when you drive down that road. Can the electricity voltage be reduced to save all the taxpayers on that street?
Those were the lights those people wanted.
Do they still want them? I mean, they were, that property was built in 98, you know. What if there was a consensus of reducing them? So it may cut this light bill in half. And again, the major issue for me is, why am I getting two light bills when I only have one taxable parcel?
We'd have to see how the special assessment district was established.
Well, I've approached the township on 2 separate occasions, and I've yet to receive any documentation that proves that that's how the assessment is set up.
Is there a FOIA request asking for the documents so that we know what you're looking for?
Well, I'm from the Virginias. There's no township government there, so I don't know how this level works.
Okay. You do email?
Sure.
Put an email together asking what you're looking for.
I mean, I have, some documents I can circulate to the board right now. That'll show the lighting bill for the extra parcel.
Well, I
Show
get that, I just don't know how, without looking for documentation, I don't know how that, it's a special assessment district that the people requested for those streetlights. And how that was established as to, was it per parcel or was it?
Well, does it seem reasonable to you that I should be getting 2 light bills?
I gotta follow what was previously done.
Okay, let's assume that it is set up by lot, which Ms. Davis has intimated. Is there a possibility of getting a change, an amendment that says that, you only get 1 light assessment per taxable parcel? I mean, would that be unreasonable to ask of the board?
Can I ask you, do you have 2 lots or 1 lot?
There's 1 lot, it's getting 2 light bills.
No, you have 2 lots.
2 lots,
One parcel.
it's getting 1 parcel, it's getting 2 light
Because he
bills.
someone combined the 2 lots at one time.
Okay, they were 2 separate lots?
Yes,
No, it's 1.
yes.
Yeah. I'm also being told that that first lot is not necessarily saleable. And I'm getting contradictory information when I go down and inquire about that. It's a platted lot, so I assume it can be sold. But again, I have not gotten
But weren't you here like Wednesday?
I was, and again,
And we weren't here, and we weren't back until today. And the planning lady that was checking on this won't be back until, she wasn't back today. So as soon as we get an answer, I said I would call you back, and I will.
well, the township probably has the as-built survey, correct? For each one of those lots that would show the setbacks.
Yeah, there should be probably
So it should be a matter of finding the as-built and a simple statement that can be done in the township, whether that building conforms to existing setbacks or not. And if it didn't, why was that allowed?
before my time, sir. But she will look into what you asked for, and she will call you when she gets the information about splitting the lot and the lights.
Check. Thank you.
Michelle Brown, just commenting, Ravenswood, Port Huron Township, just commenting that I'm a little perplexed about the discussion of raises for a few board members tonight, because in previous meetings, I was under the impression that we didn't have extra money, like even $3,000 to get the video and audio recordings.
Nobody said we didn't have enough money to do that.
Shanka had mentioned that there was a budget constraints pretty well. Anyway, I'm just saying, you're not open to the audio and video of the board meetings. We understand with Mr. Mortimer being here that it's not actually like a $6,000, $7,000 amount that we would have to pay, that it could be reduced down to $3,000. So I'm just wondering if you would entertain that topic again, and give the residents live recordings or audio recordings at least that they can refer back to. If there's money here to be found for, the raises, I think we can possibly entertain looking at other ways that we could raise money for this endeavor, with the audio and video.
As far as I'm concerned, money isn't the issue when it comes to the audio video, I don't know.
Carol Miller, Randolph Road. Members of the board, as I reviewed the recent agenda, I found myself asking a fundamental question. What is the formal process for determining raises for our elected officials? Is there a performance evaluation system in place? If so, who conducts it, and are raises tied to measurable outcomes? Or are they simply considered based on internal recommendations? If evaluations are not a process point, then this process needs to be revised, enforcing elected officials to do better, to deserve and earn a raise, not just think it's an expectation. In most professional environments, salary adjustments are connected to documented performance, accountability, and demonstrated value. If the standard here were based on consistent community feedback from those who attend township meetings regularly, this room would be full tonight. I attend many township meetings, as you know, and I observe both strengths and areas where significant improvement is needed. Because of that, I believe it's important to speak candidly and respectfully about proposed salary increases. For context, I'm referencing the budgeted salaries for 2024 and 2025 so that residents that are listening can clearly understand the changes being proposed. And I'll start with Mrs. Davis, the clerk. Your salary increased from $78,600 in 2024 to $82,800 in 2025. While I acknowledge the effort you put into fulfilling your duties, there are ongoing concerns regarding the accuracy, communication, and transparency. Meeting minutes frequently reflect only minimal required information, and there have been instances where errors, such as incorrect names and approvals, suggest that closer review is needed. Supplemental documents, including attachments relevant to agenda items, are not consistently included in the minutes, which impacts transparency for residents who rely on those records. Given the availability of audio and video recordings of meetings, residents expect and deserve a higher level of precision, engagement, and responsiveness. Raises should be supported by demonstrated improvement and consistent performance. And in this case, I do not believe that threshold has been met. It would also be nice to see you smile at the audience once in a while, Benita. You do have a pretty smile. We'd like to see it once in a while. Mr. Shanka, if you could please put your pen down and listen, I'd greatly appreciate it. The treasurer's salary line in the budget increased from $103,000 in 2024 to $113,000 in 2025, which reflects a significant increase in taxpayer costs. I do understand this may have a deputy clerk in these numbers, but your salary to me is too much for how you have treated taxpayers. I watched you turn away two elderly folks who were here to make payments when the office was closed for summer hours, yet there was a meeting going on and obviously you were clearly here, as well as calling a taxpayer a defaming name in a FOIA text group message. How elected officials communicate with residents directly reflects on the integrity of the office. These two incidents alone are unbecoming a professional, let alone an elected official. Transparency and communication are core responsibilities of the treasurer. However, residents have repeatedly asked for explanations on financial items and have consistently not received them. On at least one occasion, when a trustee requested clarification on a major expenditure, another official had to step in and provide the explanation, which is sad. Additionally, opposition to recording township meetings has limited the ability of residents, particularly seniors, working parents, and those with disabilities to stay informed. Transparency is a cornerstone of public service and resistant to it raises reasonable concerns. Finally, professional conduct matters. Public trust is weakened when interactions with citizens fall short of expected standards. Raises should never be considered automatic, and in this case, the performance indicators do not support one. Mr. Lewandowski. Your budgeted salary increased from $62,000 in 2024 to $68,000 in 2025. And you're the only one on the three where community engagement has clearly noticeably improved over the past year. You consistently make an effort to communicate with residents, share information, and create an environment where people feel welcomed and heard. You regularly speak with attendees after meetings, which is very appreciated. You answered questions and demonstrated genuine interest in strengthening the township. Those qualities are appreciated by many of us. My final point to the board is the purpose of my comment is simple. Raises for elected officials must be earned, justified, transparent, and based on measurable performance, not tradition, friendship, or habit. If the board cannot clearly articulate why a raise is deserved, then approving one would not reflect sound stewardship of taxpayer funds. If you approve a raise, yet are voting because of being part of what they call a good old boys club, then that is a very bad reflection on you as an elected official. I urge the board to vote based on performance, accountability, and the best interests of the township residents. Anything less does not honor the trust placed in you by the people you represent. Again, if there's no evaluation process in place, maybe you should table this vote tonight, get a process in place, and ensure a responsible and accountable official, and then place it on the agenda for a more justifiable vote. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, move on to new agenda items. Item A, approve 2026 Township Board meeting dates. You have a list from here.
See no problem with it, I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Dudash, is there support?
I'll support it.
Support by Pringle. Is there any discussion regarding the dates? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, approve new building permit fee schedule to be effective January 1, 2026. I was approached by the inspectors and we have not changed our permit fees in quite some time. What they recommended is following the state fee schedule, which you have before you, that was adopted in April 1st of 2024. And I would look for a motion to approve the updated fee schedule.
What is it? I'll make a motion to approve the updated fee schedule.
A motion by Falk, is there support?
I'll support it,
Support by Dudash, is there any discussion?
yes. I think, and I've talked many times with building inspectors in the past, when it comes to, and I know I'm in the business, but I think I see more and more people go out and retrofit windows and doors, and they don't. They downsize, they put non-tempered glass and tempered glass situations. I see it in stairways, I see skylights that are installed wrong because of replacements. And there's no area in the fee structure for retrofit. You don't have to pull from the replacement in our township. You have to put new, but not retrofit. And I think we should do that. Thank you.
You mean when you replace windows in a house?
There are,
Danny just replaced his, he got a permit.
he got a permit, you can buy a permit for anything you want to do, but it's not required for retro.
But does the state require it? They're the ones that make the rules.
I know, but you don't have to follow that one. This, our township doesn't, Kimball does, Marysville has in the past, Fort York has for years. And it's one of the many areas where builders do not, and then you end up with skylights being replaced in ceilings where a curved skylight, because it costs 3 times the price, they put in a flat skylight. And the next thing you know, you're there reviewing it for, and you're seeing that you've been sent out to look at a leak and you got a wrong skylight. They just looked at 3 of them. It wasn't in our township, but it was in one that didn't require it. They had 3 leaks and 3 skylights that were installed completely wrong. They should never been put in. But they were saving the customer almost $4,000. And windows they downsize or they put non-tempered in stairways, which is required, period.
Oh, I can ask the inspectors about that. But see what he says. Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk, please.
Falk,
Yes.
Dudash,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Shaka,
Yes.
Davis, yes, and yes.
Yes. Item C, approve new cemetery fee schedule effective January 1st, 2026. You have the proposed and the current.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Dudash to approve the cemetery fee schedule. Is there support? Support by Falk. Is there any discussion?
It's been a long time since they've raised the rates. Cemetery.
Roll call, please.
Dudash,
Yes.
Falk,
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Shaka.
Yes.
Davis, yes, and yes.
Yes. Item D, approve 2026 salary resolution for the treasurer.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Reno, is there support?
I'll support that.
Support by Pringle. Is there any discussion?
So, with what Carol said, it made a lot of sense. I've never, I'm new at this. And, when I've worked too, I've always had evaluation raises, and being a new trustee, I don't know how this works for government employees, as far as valuations or how it's determined for the raises.
Like I did is, what I did is compared other townships and what they have to offer. Full-time supervisors. The two locals that I looked at was Fort Gratiot and Clay Townships. Clay Township well, not currently, but at least a year ago, last year was over $81,000 a year for the supervisor. And then Fort Gratiot is like, I don't know, between $78,000 a year. Plus it's gonna go up this year. That's basically how we do it, is do salary comparisons, whether people are full-time.
Okay, and population, does that have anything to do with that, just similar to what we have for 11,000?
Population, utilities, the whole.
So there's no performance evaluation. Nothing. It's sad.
Years ago.
Yeah, every so often we'll review it.
Right.
To see where we're at compared to others. Someday I want someone to take over here. Well, all of us do.
Right.
But even the people that I've approached, they said, well, I'm making more than that now. And why would I go do something that I'm only guaranteed if I get it 4 years, and then who knows what happens next? I get it, but
Let me just make the comment that these salaries compared to what industry is paying is below
right.
what an industry standard is.
And we're elected officials, not true sense as employees.
Right.
You're elected by the general public. And that's how we look at it. But how many years ago was that we looked at this?
Right.
8 years ago? And then we were way underneath it back then. And we, to, who wants to sit, as you would say, who wants to sit when I can go back and work at Mortimer's, make lots of money. But, forge and build. But, the industry compared to elected is totally different.
Right.
And yes, we do get reviewed. We get reviewed by you every election cycle. Are we doing good? Are we not doing good? At that point, you can voice yes, no.
There'll be voices this time coming.
Rob's got a question, but she's speaking out of turn.
If I can't speak, that's fine.
I will let you speak. We got a small crowd.
I just want to say one thing, in the wage that's proposed or the increases, that's your benefits and everything in that, right? That's not just your wage, correct?
This is just the wage.
So benefits are on top of the wage.
Pension.
So we as the public, we don't know what that wage is because we don't have it, it's nothing on the agenda.
$72,000. And like me, I got people that I'm responsible for with oversight that make way more than I do.
That's why I said, Bob, your wage is not conducive with what your responsibility is. Your performance has grown greatly over the last year. As I mentioned, the other two have not. And that's why I say, I believe an evaluation by the board should be conducted as well to substantiate the amount of raise. That's just my thought, sorry. I know I'm speaking out of Robert Lewis's.
No worries. All right, roll call by the clerk, please.
Reno,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes,
Bulk,
I'm gonna say no.
Shonka.
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes. Item E, approve 2026 salary resolution for the clerk.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Pringle, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Shonka. Is there any further discussion?
I just think, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna just vote, I'm just gonna vote, the same for all of these and for the trustees at this time until I just don't feel, I'm not saying that you guys aren't worth it or anything like that, but I just don't feel comfortable with it, so, just to let you know.
Roll call by the clerk, please.
Pringle,
Yes.
Shonka.
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Bulk.
No.
Judy,
yes,
Lewandowski,
Yes.
Davis, yes.
Item F, approve 2026 salary resolution for the supervisor.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Reno, is there support?
I'll support it.
Support by Dudash, is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk, please.
Reno,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes,
Pringle,
Yes.
Bulk.
No.
Shonka.
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes. Next is approval of bills.
Make a motion, we approve the prepaid bills in the amount of $102,453.97.
Motion by Shonka, support by Reno. Is there any discussion regarding those bills? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk, please.
Shonka.
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Bulk,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Judy,
yes,
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes.
Motion, we approve the current bills in the amount of $76,825.90.
I have a motion by Shonka, is there support?
I'll support that.
Support by Pringle. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk.
Shonka.
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Judy,
yes,
Reno,
Yes.
Bulk,
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes. Board correspondence? Anyone?
Well, SACOG update, the new mapping app should be out for looking at, route distances, whether you're walking, biking, or traveling by car or bus. And so you can determine, like you're doing a subdivision or doing a new sidewalk, or whatever, it tells you how long people have to walk or bus, or where the nearest bus location will be. That should be out December 5th, according to our last guesstimate. Then, we talked about the last couple meetings, these data centers. SimCog is gonna look more into being on top of data centers for everybody as a group of government because of what happened down in Saline and the problems there. But data centers are popping up, hidden to the public. You know, you get a building that used to be a factory that had a heavy draw of electricity, like the small stamping mill where they're drawing tons of electricity. Nobody will notice that there's a data center in them. They're popping up all over the place. Why build a 2 million square foot data center when you can build a whole bunch of 200,000 square foot data center? You're just linking them by the cloud anyhow. And nobody's the wiser.
Driven by tax subsidies, data centers are. You know, but if
Well-
they didn't get tax subsidies, they wouldn't exist.
They have tons and tons and tons of money. They're throwing it at it. They'll buy up an old power plant and reconfigure it and put it back on the market, put it back for their use only, and then sell, not DT, but what is it, IT?
ITC.
The electricity so they can put it on the grid. They're extra if they have power left over that day or whatever. So SimCog thinks that the local government should be more aware of what's going on. Because they're having all kinds of little ones pop up. Second story of buildings, they put in a couple thousand square feet of computers and got a small part of the data center going there. And people just don't, the public wouldn't know about it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I got a couple things. One, the Holiday Light Contest is coming up. December 17th, we'll be out judging the lights. So have your lights on by 6:30. Awarding the prizes by December 18th. You can nominate your friend, your family member, as long as you're in the township, or
Yourself?
yourself, if you like. Just fill out a nomination form, drop it off at the office, and we'll get them judged. The other thing is, tax bills went out. You should be receiving them if you haven't already. We will be collecting, this is for the winter taxes this year, or this season. For the county, we're gonna be collecting for the millages for the drugs, senior programs, library, parks, the veterans, county roads, EMS and college. And for the township, we're gonna be collecting millages for the township operating, fire, township roads, Blue Water Area Transit, police operating, and the lights. You may have a 99 on there, which is a drain assessment by the county. Some people get them, some people don't. Depends on where your property is located. Those are due by February 17th next year. And then when you can. So we'll be doing a lot of splits for that too. That's it.
I really don't have a lot. I've been out of town, down in Texas visiting my daughter since the last meeting, but
Is this weekend the Santa weekend?
Yeah. I'm gonna Say something about that, yeah. So Santa Claus is gonna be here Saturday and Sunday at our Township Museum. We'll be there Saturday from 4 to 7:30, and on Sunday from 1 to 5. And it's open to all of St. Clair County, and the kids get a free photo, they get popcorn, and they've got a candy cane, and also they can drop off letters to Santa here at the Township from November 28th to December 13th, and they can stick it up in the front in the box at the front door. Put their little letters in there, and they'll get a letter back from Santa Claus. So hopefully we'll get a lot of kids show up on Saturday and Sunday.
Sounds like fun.
Yes, it's really nice over there.
Good thing, Karen. I am meeting Wednesday, I think, with the kayak people to see about putting a kayak into the station on Bakersfield, and also looking, the park commission's looking to put one in. Or
So that would be a good thing.
motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Schwanker, support by
I support that.
Brinkley. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
People who want to move to the
Yes. Electric.
They started over.
They started out with gas, and then the residents petitioned to have the electric.
Here's their gas. There's some